Hi everyone and welcome back to Chef Seats. Today we're going to be preparing a spaghetti chili prawns, a perfect combination of seafood and pasta, perfect for those summer nights. And the best part about it, just like always, all we need is a few simple ingredients. So let's get started. Now I like to start by peeling my jumbo shrimp, also prawns, by grabbing the back and taking the leg segment off. So this is going to help release the carcass. And then I could remove the rest of the shells quite easily. Again, I take it, hold it by the very back, removing the last segment, and the rest of it should come off quite easily. So I'll show you a few more. So take our shrimp, grab the last segment, peel it around, try to grab the rest of the body, reaching usually by the legs, and just rip it off. So the rest of the shrimp, the shells, you can save those for any other further application, possibly a bisque or another stock, which would be very nice to use for it. Last segment, spin it around, grabbing it from the bottom again, and the whole thing comes off clean. There you are. Give it a try. If you have another way that works for you, feel free to do it that way. So after our shrimp's clean, it's time to devein. Simply hold the shrimp down, slicing your knife around the backside, and set aside. I'll give you a few demos on how to do this. Watch your fingers. So placing the knife down and gently sliding your blade across the backside. There you are. Don't go too far in. We're not trying to butterfly it. Just trying to remove the insides. Then just simply run it under the faucet and remove any black or orange unwanted waste. And after our prawns are clean, I like to make a breadcrumb. This is about a week old bread. Simply chop it up and just make it small enough that you can put it in your little blender. So this is super dry. So simply pop it in a blender, small food processor, and let it go. It's as simple as that. I like to get mine pretty smooth. You could also add some chili flakes to yours. I like a little bit of spice in mine, so add that. Shake it up if need be, and you're all set. Now we can start picking some of our parsley. I'm a very big fan of using herbs in my food, so you're going to see this in a lot of my videos. In time I'll eventually just not show you the picking of the herbs, just so that I figure you already know how it's done. So now how to julienne our parsley. What I like to do is lie my herbs on a flat layer. Simply sliding the knife back and forth, it creates a cut called a julienne. Careful with your fingers. There you are. See, one on top of the other. Not too many layers. You don't want to bruise your herbs. Make sure your knife is nice and sharp as well. See, back and forth. After the parsley, we're going to have to trim up some chili peppers as well. Make sure you wash your fingers after using the chilies. Your eyes or anywhere else will instantly start burning. Now our shallots. Simply slicing as well. Fingers back. And our garlic. Again, carefully slicing away, keeping our fingers back. And while we're doing all this knife work, we should have a pot of water on coming up to a boil. It's very important that we salt our water quite generously so that our spaghetti, or whichever pasta you cook, gets seasoned. but you're not trying to make it taste like the ocean. Just mind you that. So now that our water is back up to a rolling boil, it's time to add our pasta. So let's add it in, give it a good little stir, and let's get ready to make our sauce. So with our pan over here on medium-high heat, we're going to season our prawns, shrimp. And I like to season on a medium-high heat just to get a nice char and roasted flavor onto my shrimp. It's going to create more flavor into it. And it's going to be a very, very quick cooking process. So I'm going to show you the whole thing. So just after a few seconds, gently toss and flip over. There we go. And you see all that color that we're getting on that? That's going to be so much flavor. And all that's just going to end up on the bottom of this pan. But we're going to be building in layers. See, they still look quite rare, but at this point, we could take them out of the pan because we're going to end up cooking them a little longer in our sauce. So there we go, let's just get them out of the way. Then we can start building the flavors on top of this, all of our aromatics. So we're going to start with some shallots, which we sliced up earlier, and our chilies. Give them a little stir in the pan, let it come alive. As you can see, the pan is still quite hot. This is going to be a very quick cooking process. It's almost like cooking in a wok. Very low amount of fat. Then we're going to season a little bit. This is going to help draw out some of the moisture. Again, as I said, building in layers. Building in layers, everybody. Followed with our garlic. Very hot, high heat cooking. And now that we have color on it all, it's time to deglaze our pan with some white wine. After adding the white wine, make sure you reduce it down and cook the alcohol off. Then we could add some of our pasta liquid, just the water that we're cooking the pasta in. It's that simple. No other ingredients needed. Now whatever the cook time is that the recipe calls for, hold the pasta out 2 minutes ahead of time because we're going to be using the natural thickness of the starch in the spaghetti to thicken our sauce. There you go. Now our pasta is very, very al dente. Give it a little stir. Let it absorb all this liquid that's in the pan. Add our prawns back. A little toss. And we could add some more of our pasta liquid. See, it's getting dry. There we are. Just add a little bit more. It's our natural sauce. Our prawns are almost done. Sauce is coming together. Now we just finish our dish with some julienne parsley. Crank that heat up a little bit, let it all come back together. Give it a stir, let all these flavors infuse. Look at that. See how creamy this is? That's from the natural starch in the spaghetti. It's pretty interesting how that happened, huh? Let's zoom in and get a better look. There you go, look at all those nice flavor on this. Creamy pasta. All from the natural starch. I think it's fun cooking like that. Those shrimp are massive, just ready to be eaten. So you know what it means now, guys. Time to plate up. Let's do this. So with my tongs, I like to grab a nice full scoop and use this as a base. And watch this little trick right here. You see how I'm spinning it? That's going to give it some height. That's what they do in the restaurants. There you go. Place it all on top. After that, we could season with some fresh squeezed lemon juice. Lemon juice and seafood, it just goes hand in hand. It's like peas and carrots. Our breadcrumbs that we made earlier. This is going to add some really fun texture to the dish. Also a little bit more spice. Our fresh picked parsley leaves. Yeah, be pretty generous with that. A little drizzle of some high quality extra virgin olive oil. Look at that beautiful sheen it's given. Wow, I'm ready to dig in. A few cracks of black pepper. And a little bit more of the chili flakes. There we go. And here we have it, our spaghetti chili prawns, everybody. I really hope you enjoy this dish, and here's the recipe as following. Please let me know if you do any changes, and just give me any feedbacks and tell me how you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.